Hello, I'm Helmut and I'm happy that you join in this tutorial. We are going to create a WordPress blog theme, a full site editing theme from scratch without any plugins or page builder or so on. Whom is this tutorial for? Since WordPress 5.9, WordPress has taken a new direction with the blog themes and the full site editing. That means you can design, build and edit your website exactly the way how you want it without coding. In the past with classic themes, only programmer could do this. However, WordPress 6 now is a page builder by itself. So this tutorial is for you if you would like to have your own theme according to your own ideas of design. What does this course include? First, I will show you how WordPress identify a blog theme, a full site editing theme, and then we are going to build this yoga theme. The point is not to win a design competition, but that you get and learn all the skills you need to build a website on your own terms of design. The theme here has a parallax effect, a sticky header, then an About Me page, a blog page or a blog template, then a single post template, a template with a sidebar for single posts or for pages, an archive template, and category template. Then we have a search template for the search results, and if no search results, you get this here, and one template 404 if something could not be found in the database. At the end of this video, you will be able to create your own custom WordPress theme according to your own style and design ideas. Before we start with our actual theme, we will have a look how WordPress identifies a blog theme, a full site editing theme. For this, we have a new WordPress installation here. If we go to the backend, under Appearance, we see that there are 3 themes already pre-installed. And to build a new theme is very easy. We just have to go into our WordPress installation, and there we have to go to our themes folder. And here we see the 3 themes, they are already installed here in our WordPress installation. To add the new theme, it's pretty easy. Just click here, New Folder, and we call the folder, not New Folder, My Theme. And now we open this folder with a code editor. I will take VS Code. And this here now is the new folder we just created in our WordPress installation. Now we have to fill some files inside this folder. And the first we will create here, if you see here on the top, new file and new folder. First we create a new file. Just click on it and we create the style sheet file first. Enter. And that's how you create a file here inside VS Code. In this file, we have to write our theme name, otherwise it will not function. And then we have to close it again with a star and after with a slash. That's it. We don't need actually more in this file. Then we go to create another file. And this file is called theme.json. Enter. And we have to create a folder. The folder is called templates. And in this templates folder, we put a file called index.html. enter. And now we have created our first theme. If we go back here in the back end and we refresh the site, here it is, our new theme. We can activate the theme, and now when we look here under Appearance, Editor, we can click the editor, and here we could start to develop our theme. Nothing is written so far, everything is empty. The only thing you see here under templates is this template index, what we have just created. If we go to the front end now and we refresh the front end, here is nothing but an empty template index because there is nothing inside the template. We can just put something inside the template here, just here, a paragraph. Even just make it a heading, click Save and Save. And if we refresh the site now, we got what we have just written here in the backend. But the way how it is now with the theme.json file and so on, we don't have enough abilities to style and to design our theme. So we have to add something. But just to understand how WordPress identifies a block theme. And now here is where the magic happens. That's why you don't need coding. WordPress will do this job for us. If we go now here under these three dots, we go to Export and download our theme. Like we have written here something inside the theme, but if we go to VS Code and if we look at our index.html, there is still nothing inside. Nothing inside the style CSS or the theme.json. And if we go now to our download folder, extract the theme, and if we click it here again, we open it with VS Code. Yes. If you look at the theme.json, WordPress has already something added. Style is there's something missing. I don't know why it's missing now. For some reason. I didn't save it probably. Okay, it's not saved. So that was the problem. That's why it's still nothing inside. But it doesn't matter for this case. And when we have a look here under templates, under the index.html, you see here the WordPress comments for Hello World. And that is how the theme will be built by WordPress itself. Before we get started, I want to give you the framework for this tutorial. First of all, maybe most important for some people, coding is not required. You don't need to have any skills in coding. If you are able to type and copy and paste, you will be fine. At first, we will install a dev environment, a developer environment on our computer. That sounds very technical and very complicated, but it's easier than to install any email program. I use local for this case, but you can use any dev environment you like or even build it on your web space. And we need a code or text editor. I use VS Code, but also you can use anything you like. Below in the description there's a link where you can download these programs, and also you can download the complete material we use in this course on the zip file. There's also a link for that, and it includes the starter theme like we start, and the complete finished theme, and a complete WordPress installation, the original installation what I create here. So you can download it easily and really work with me one-on-one. And of course there are also timestamps in the video so that you just can go to this section where you're most interested or what you want to learn. So let's get started. First, we are installing our dev environment. For this, we have to visit the local website localvp.com, and we just go here to download. We choose what system we are on, and here we have to put our data, but you can even put just some fake data if you are afraid that they would do something wrong with your data. Then click on Get It Now. Download it. If you have some problems, just in case, with Chrome to download it, sometimes I have problems that it doesn't really work. I have never had problems with Firefox or with Edge. When the download is finished, you go to your Downloads folder, double-click it, and install the program. I don't install the program because I have it already on my computer. Just install it with Next. It's self-explaining. After installation, local launches by itself, and your canvas probably look a little bit different than mine. Where I have here select site, probably you will have done something like create your first site. But anyway, I can go back here to the plus button to add a new site. Create new site, continue. Our site name is yoga, continue. Preferred options, continue. We take here admin as username and admin as password. Because there are not any security issues, because it's a local environment. Add site. And in just a few seconds, the new WordPress site is ready. We can now open the site. That is how it looks like, but we will go into the backend. And here in the backend we go to Appearance. There we see the 3 pre-installed themes, and we will delete the 2 themes they are not used, because we don't need them. But we also need a text or a code editor. Therefore we go to Visual Studio, go to the download site for Windows, click download, download it, then go to your downloads folder, double click it, install it, and after the installation, when it launches automatically, just close it. Here you just install it, and after you close it. Back in local, we need to go to our theme folder in our WordPress installation. That's quite easy. Just here under the title, go to site folder, and this will open the site folder where your WordPress installation lives on your computer. We are here on local sites, yoga, that is our website. We click on app, public. Now we go to WP content, and here is our themes folder. And here we have the 2023 theme, because the other 2 themes we have already deleted. To add the new theme, it's very simple. Just click here, new folder, and we will call our theme yoga theme. Now we right click, and in Windows 11 I have to go to show more options. In Windows 10 you already have this option here, open with code. Now we are here in Visual Studio Code and here in the folder of our theme. And now we can start to add the files and the folder we need here for our theme, like we did it before. Now we are finished, and that's how it looks like how we start. This is our starter theme. You can download it also. There's a link in the description. Here we are the style CSS. Then we have some other files and some folders. First, we start with the style CSS. This is a very important file. Without the style CSS, WordPress is not working. But it wouldn't use the comments here. It's just needed. In former days with classic themes, you styled your complete theme with the style CSS file. Nowadays, we will do this mostly with the theme.json file, but not everything is possible to style, so that's why we still need a few comments here. But WordPress would not use these comments because the style CSS is not activated, and we need to activate. By the way, these comments here I will not explain you now. We will do that when we will use it when we build the theme. So, but to activate the style CSS, we need the functions.php file. And the comments that you are seeing here is just to activate the style CSS so that we can use this file. If you want to build your own theme, probably you don't want to call it yoga theme. So if you have a different theme name, you have everywhere to replace the theme name. In the function PHP, also like in the style CSS. That's everything you have to change actually. And then we have a screenshot BNG. This is just the screenshot what you see in the backend of your WordPress installation. And the theme.json file I will explain you later. First we go to the folders here, to the templates folder first. If you look here, we have our index.html and we have our custom templates here. So the blank template is a landing page template. Then we have a blog template and we have a sidebar template. In the assets folder, there are an image folder and a fonts folder. The image folder is for our theme images, but that we will use later. And in our fonts folder, there are our theme fonts. We have here Lato and Robotos Lab. If we click on that, you see here Lato is a regular font, so we have for each weight we have a separate file, while Robotos Lab is a variable font, so we have just one file. And when we look at the file, the extension of the file here, it's a WOF2 file. This is actually the web standard, while when we go to Lato, these are Google fonts, and if you when you download fonts from Google, you just get the TTF files. And you can also install the TTF files, but the web standard is WOF2. And to convert a TTF file, it's easy. You have a lot of converters on the internet. I use Cloud Convert. You just go there, link is in the description, select file, you upload the TTF file, click then to convert to WOF2 file, download it in your themes folder, and that's it. Now the last file to explain here is the theme.json file. This is probably our most important file, and maybe it looks quite complicated when you open it, but it's actually not that complicated. There are actually just three main sections, and these three main sections are the custom templates, the settings, and the styles. First, we want to have a look at the custom template. That's our first section where we register our custom templates. As you see that here, you get the name of the file, and here you have the title, how it's output in the backend of WordPress. And the post type is for what you want to use your template. Like here, the blank template is our landing page template. So we use it on pages and on posts. The next template, our blog template, we will just use this on pages and our sidebar template we are able to use on pages and posts. So this first section actually here, custom templates, mean these templates. The index template is not included because it's not a custom template. Let's go to the next section. These are the setting sections. First, when we open it, the first command here, appearance tool true, that's probably most important. That will enable and unlock all the style options in the back end of your WordPress installation. If this is missing, or if the instead of true is false, then you're missing most of the style options. Then the next here is the color scheme or the color palette, so that we have our theme colors available at the back end of WordPress. We just need 3 colors for our theme here, for the text, for the heading, and some white. Then the next is the layout. That means how wide is your site. We have the content size, 2 sizes, and the white size. Then the next one is the spacing units, and this is very important. If you don't have this, it will still function nearly everything, but we are missing the percentage. And sometimes for some styling, especially when you style the picture or something, you need percentage, and it's not by default there in the WordPress backend. So that's why very important also this comment here. The next one is typography. That means our fonts. And here the first comment is fluid true, because WordPress has now enabled the fluid fonts. If you don't use fluid typography, you don't need it. The next are then the font families. First we start here with the font face. That means actually we have to register any file here for the font weight. Like you see here, 400, 700, 900, the font style black or bold or normal, what font family, and the source, where this font lives. In the assets ordner, fonts folder, in the Lato folder, and then the file. And you have to put for any font weight the font face here, and then at the end here we register actually the font family, Lato, and you need to have a fallback font in WordPress like this here, sans serif, because Lato is a sans serif font. So just use sans serif and serif at the serif font, like here at the Robotos Lab, because otherwise it wouldn't work. Then in the second line is the name, how you will see it in the backend of WordPress. That is, you could write here anything. So, and for us it will be the system font. So that's why it's here system and Lato. And then the slug, that is just for WordPress, not for us. And here you see the difference to the variable font with the Robotos Lab. We have here only just one font face for all font weights. We have here the font family, the font stretch is variable, the style is variable, and the weight is not like here just 100 or 300. We just put inside here 100 to 900 and the source where this file lives. Then we have to register actually the font itself, and that was the typography. Then we come here to the font sizes. And this actually you just need if you have here fluid true, if you use fluid typography. If not, you can just adjust the sizes of the fonts in the backend of WordPress. But if you use fluid typography, you have to set the sizes in the theme.json file. So here is the font sizes, and with fluid it's easy. You have the maximum size and the minimum size. Underline here is the size and the slug, how you see it in the backend of WordPress. The first one is the extra small, it's 1 rem. You also can use pixel however you want. I use rem, 1 rem. So the maximum size, the normal size, when you look at the website on the computer, it will be 1 rem. And if you go down to the mobile phone, it will be 0.85 rem. And this you can choose for any size, extra small, small, medium, large. That is how it works. And in the settings, there is only one more comment. This is for that you have some padding, that is some padding option for the all over website. And then we have the third section. So this was now the second section. And the third sections are the styles. And normally we don't have to write something inside. It's just one of my personal preferences. I don't like when a link is permanently underlined. And you cannot fix this in the backend of WordPress. We have to write it here, the code inside the theme.json file. And you see here styles, then a link is an element. The link, when we hover, I still like the underline. So that's why here is hover, typography, text decoration, underline, but just a normal typography, text decoration, none. So it's just underlined when you hover it. And that was the theme.json file explained. Now we actually can start building our theme. But before we start, one thing is very important. You need the pages, and if you also run a blog, some posts. Like I did here, the pages we have, the blog page, about me page, and I added some posts here. Otherwise you won't be able to create your design. And now we go here to appearance. When we look here at the backend, we can see our theme. It's not activated yet. We click on activate, and now we go to the editor. The very first thing we need to do is to set our global styles. This we do here in the right corner under styles. Here we have our global styles. First we go to typography, to text, and here we set our default font. We will select Lato as system font. The size will be default, appearance default, everything is fine. Then the links, we don't have to set anything special because we cannot set the hovering and the text decoration. Then we have the headings. For the headings, we choose the Robotos Lab, which is a serif font, and the appearance, let's say we do it light. Then we go back. With the buttons, everything is fine. We go back from typography, we go here to colors. We don't have a background color, but we have our own text color. We use our text color. Then our links, we want that appear in the same color like the headings, and on hover also. Then our headings, we want also appear in our headings color. And no, you could also add some background color, but we don't want any background color. And we have to change the color of our buttons. No, the background color, and that is the font color. Then we go to the layout, and here we see our 700 and 1200 pixel of width. Then on padding we have 0. We click here on the link button. Top and button is okay with 0, but on the right and left we want to have 22 pixels. Then we have some padding left and right, and block spacing with 24. That's fine. And here also, like we have written that in our theme.json file, we could change here the size as we want, but first we have to write it into the theme.json file. If we change the size now, WordPress will rewrite it in the theme.json file. So, and that's pretty much it. Here are the blocks, and you can also style any block the way you want here. But for now, we are fine. Everything is empty. If we click on the W here, if we look under templates, we have our index template and our custom templates, and under template parts is still nothing. And we will start here with the template parts with the header. For that, we go here to add new. We have here to choose footer, header, or a general template part. We choose header, and we call it, because it's our main header, we call it also header. That is our header. It contains a logo, the site title, and the navigation. First, we will start with a row because we want the header horizontal and not vertical. Row. And then in this row, we will put another row, and that we have a better view. We click here on the list view, and there we can see where we always are. We have one row now, and in this row nested a second row. And in this second row, we will put our site logo. There is no picture. We have to upload a picture. Here it is. And then we click the three dots here, say insert after. And here we insert the site title. Then we click again on the row and click here on the three dots, say here insert after, and here we want to insert the navigation. There is actually no navigation yet. We have to take off the mobile menu. What you see here is just a page list. That is the default navigation from WordPress if there is no navigation inside the installation. So we will create a new menu here. Just click on create, and now we get this plus sign here. To add the new navigation is quite easy. Just click at the plus, and then you look for the site. Like we will take the blog page, then we go here, click the plus again, and we want the About Me page. And we want to have a link to the start page. And the start page we want to have first in the navigation, so we just go above in the toolbar and we put the start link at first. And here we have to change the link because for sure the link is wrong. Yeah, the URL is not start because it doesn't exist, the start page yet. Just give the slash and that's it. But also we want to have the navigation the same color like the yoga here. So we have to go back to our navigation block, look for color and text. And that's it. So here also you can change the background, the submenu and so on. If you want to create a submenu, you have to click on the link, and then in the toolbar above, you have here to add the submenu, but we don't need it for our purposes. The next thing here is, you see the navigation is not going under the logo and under the title. We want that this is going under the title and under the logo. So we click here on the row. Then we go to the right toolbar and click here allow to wrap to multiple lines. Click save, save. Yes. Now it's going down. That's perfect. One thing we nearly forgot. If we look at this, everything is on the left side. So we want to have a space between our site title and the site logo and the navigation. For that, we also open the group here. We go to the row, and here in the right side, under justification, we select space between item, and that's it. And as you see here, we in the row, we have nothing here to change our width. Normally now, this would be the full site width. So to solve this problem, in the row, in the toolbar, we don't have any tools to set the site width. So we have to nest it in a container block. So we go, click on the three dots, and we group it. And now as we group it, you see the group is active, layout, inner blocks use content width. So now it would be 700, but we don't want 700, we want the white width with 1200 pixels. Therefore we go to the row, and when we nest the row into a container block, then on the top toolbar here, we also can set how wide this block should be. None, then it's the content white, and we take the white width with 1200 pixels. And because the header is a sticky header, so we also need a background color. For the background color we could take the row, but we go to the group, say to the group, background, take the background color white, click it here, and here also we can make it a little transparent, like this. Perfect, perfect. Save, save, and now our header is actually finished. We go back here, go back to template parts, and now we are going to create our footer. To create the footer, it's quite the same. We go here to footer, name, create. Our footer will look like this here, with a site logo, with a category list, with a tag cloud, and a search. With the footer, we start with a group. Go here down to groups, with a group, and in this group we nest a column also, and we also nest a row. We go to the list view, and we want to have the row above the columns, so we click the row here and just go to the top toolbar, click it up, and the row is first. In our row now, we put the site logo, and it's not in the middle. We would like to have it in the middle. We click here on the row and say justify items in the center. That's it. Then we go to the columns, and we want to have 3 columns. So, and again, now we have the columns. Before we go further, we set our background color. We set this again in the group. We click on activate the group. Here in settings, background, we choose our background color. And now it looks so small. We click on save, save, template parts, click again the footer, and now it looks better. Okay, now we see everything. We are in the list view, open the group, we have the row with our site logo and the 3 columns. In the first column, we want to put a category list. For that, we click here on this plus add block. We just type in the search. And now it seems like it's nothing there, but that's because it has the same color, so we have to change the color in the category list. But we cannot, if we look here, we cannot change it somewhere here. So we have to change the color here in the column. We click the column, go to settings, text color, and if we click the white here, it doesn't work. That's why we have our own white. If we click that white here, it works. This here, I don't know for which reason, it does not work. In some cases, that's like WordPress, how it is. So first we change the text. And then we have to change the link. So, and now we see everything because the links had the same color like the background, and now we can see the links. Now we go back to the second column, click on the plus sign. We insert here the tag cloud, and here it's the same. We don't see anything. And also here we can change the color either in the right toolbar nor in the top toolbar. We click on column again, say we actually wouldn't need the text here because there is no text. You don't see that, you see there is nothing white now. We've just to change the link color to white, and that's it. And in the third column, we want to put a search. But we don't like how the design is, so we click here in the search, look here for text and background. We go to set the text to white and the background, the background to white and the text to our text color. And we don't like that here is this search doesn't look good. This we can change here in the toolbar above. Just click on that and that's away. You can also choose some different styles here like inside, outside, or no button at all. But we like it with the button like this, yes. And now we are finished with the footer because in the group here we have the inner blocks use content width. We just want the footer 700 pixel, the content inside. And so we are fine. So now, if we go back, we have our footer and our header. And now let's modify our index template. And we will keep the index template quite simple. We just put the footer and header inside. So in the list view, you see here is nothing. We click on the plus sign, go to blocks. If we go down here, template part, header, footer. We take the header and the footer. Choose. And that's it. Back in the list view. And now our header and our footer is in the index template. I do here just some insert after, just to have a paragraph. That's it. And now because we want to make our header sticky, and that's why we start here with the index, then in all the other templates it will be automatically sticky. We click here on the header. If we go here to the right side, under settings, under advanced, we click open advanced, additional CSS classes, here comes the style sheet file to play. If we look in our VS Code, we go to the style CSS. You see here the first command. Sticky, that's actually a name, you can name it how you want. It's just for me so I know this is the sticky header. Position is sticky, so this is the actual comment. It should stick top 0 pixel, it means it should stick on the very top. And the set index is just that's always in front when you scroll down. So, and we just have to put the name here sticky without the dot. And that's it. Save and save And we are done with the index template. Now we start with the front page. The front page has a header, a parallax effect, here an offer section, a who am I section, and the footer. To create the front page, we go here to the templates folder, go to add new, and the first is already front page. And you see now we have already our header and our footer because we created the index template first. And in this front page, first we start with a cover block. We go to plus, blocks, cover. Here we have to put a background image, just this. Then we open the list view and click on the cover block. That we get the parallax effect, we need to activate here the fixed background. The overlay opacity we will set to 0. By default it's always 50. Then we scroll down a little bit to dimensions, and for the inner content we give a padding of 6. Yes, that looks good. And above here you see there is this block spacing. It's this block spacing, we go here to global styles, I show it. On the layout. Block spacing, the 24 pixels is that space, the white space you see between the header and the cover block. To get rid of that, we go down again, click on the 4 dots on dimension, open margin, and set the margin to 0. It's on the total left, so that you see here it's 0, and you've seen the block spacing is gone. Then we put a column inside the cover block. 2 columns. In the second column, we put a background, a transparent background, maybe something like this. Okay. The text should be white because of the black background. And then we put in some text here. And we have to get rid of this paragraph here above on the 3 dots. Remove paragraph. So now we design it, connect your body. We want to make a heading out of this. And the heading, we want to give the heading color. Yes. And we want to change it to an H1. Yes. So then underneath we want to insert a button. We go to the list view, we are with the buttons here, and we want to have the button inside the middle, so we go to the above toolbar, justify center, and if we want to link the button, we have to activate the nested button here, click on link here, just to put some link inside here, that's it. And we see we have no padding here with the text. That's why we click on the column here again, scroll down here to padding. Yeah, we do again a padding of 6 here. Click save, save. And I think now we are nearly finished. Let's have a look how it looks at the front. In the front side, yes. Now you see also our sticky header. Perfect. Our next section is the My Offer section. We click on the three dots, insert after. First we start with an heading. We make a heading. Heading 2 is okay. The heading should be aligned in the middle. And we want it very big, so we go here to the under settings to size, and we want to take XXX large. Okay. Here we want to insert a column. Columns, 3 columns. In the middle column we will add a picture, and it will be very different to the first time. We click on Add Block. We click on Image. Here we have different options to choose. Upload, media library, or insert from URL. And here we click insert from URL because it is a theme image. And we want to get, if we go back to VS Code, in the assets folder, in the image folder, we want to get this image here inside our theme. So we put in the address here, it's /wp content / in the themes folder / our theme folder / the assets folder / our theme file. Something wrong. I forgot the image folder. Behind assets, first we got to the image folder. And that's it now. Yes. And in the first and second column we put some text. Okay, finished. That looks quite okay. Until the offers here, I want to have a little bit more space. We click here in this block, go on settings, scroll down, dimensions, plus, take padding. We unlink that, we just want the padding at the top. Okay, that looks good. We click Save, Save, and then we look at the front end. And now you see we have the full width here. We don't want that. We go back, and that's because in the column section here we don't have anything actually to set the width. That's why we have again to group this column, and as we group it, if we go here on columns, we scroll up, you see the layout block use inner content width. That means if we save that now, we save it now, we go back, it's 700 now. We don't want it 700, we want our white width. So for that we have to open the group, click on columns, and here in the top toolbar you see the align. None is the 700, but we want to have the white, which is 1200 pixels. Save it again. Yes, perfect. Now we come to our next section, the About Me section. We click here on the group, the three dots, say Insert After, and here also we start with a cover block. Here is the same, we just have the choice between use featured image, media library or upload. We don't have the choice here to insert from URL. Again, we go to the list view, click on the cover block, get rid of the overlay. Then also here we need some padding inside. We take again here 6. And here we don't make a fixed background. That's why we take the focal point to the left side. When we go to the mobile version, that we see our yogi here and not just nothing. And then we add here also some columns. Get rid of the paragraph here also. Remove paragraph. And again, in the second column here, we put some background. Click on that, make it transparent. And the text, of course, again white. Then we put some text inside. And also here we need some padding inside this column. We click on the column. We forgot about that. Okay, a little bit more background. So, good. And to color the heading here also. Yes. Underneath, we want to add a button. We also can link it to the About Me page. And justify it in the center. That looks like pretty it. We click on Save, Save. We look how it looks in the front end, refresh. Okay, it looks good, but we also see here this block gap. And this block gap we cannot get rid of just to go here like we did it before. We would go here to the dimensions and to margin. If we set here the margin, nothing happened. Here we need to get rid of this block spacing to nest both the footer and the cover inside a group. So we click on that here, hold Shift, take the footer, we click on the three dots and say Group. Now we grouped it, we click on the group here, say block spacing. If we say here block spacing, it just closes the block. Save, save. If we go to block spacing 0, we look at the front end. Okay, now we have it 700 because of the group. I forgot about it. You just see it here. Deactivate this inner blocks use content width. Save, save. And now it's perfect. So our front page is now finished. The next page we want to create, we go here now back, we go to templates, and we will edit our block template here. This is how our block template looks like, the header, some picture, and our posts. If we click here on our block template, we see nothing is inside because it's not new created, we created it as custom template. To start, we click here on the plus, go to blocks. First we scroll down to the header. Then we take a cover block. After the cover block, we insert the query loop to give out our posts. And last, the footer. Now we just fill in the footer, choose, go to the header first, choose the header, go to the list view. Here in the cover block, go to the media library, set the background image, then we click here on the cover block, we set the cover block first. No fixed background, but we get rid of the overlay. Click inside the paragraph, we add some text. But we want this text in the middle. And we want the text not in the center, we want it down. And the size, yes, let's make it large. Large, perfect. So then we go to the query loop. We choose a query loop, or you can start blank. We choose one. We go here to the grid view and we will choose that one here. Just click on it and it's there. So, and here you see the query loop is activated under settings, inherit query from template. If this is set, nothing is gonna work. This is just for the archives or categories. Here you have to deactivate it. Then above, layout, inner blocks use content width. That's because we want to have it to the 700. We activate that. Justification in the middle, that's okay. Type post, everything else here is okay. We go here, okay, we see there is no grid layout. In the toolbar above here, we go to the grid layout, perfect, we go to the list view. And we want to edit a little bit here, our block grid. First, we put a read more link in here. Then I want to get rid of the separator here. Just click on it, on the three dots, remove separator. Then the post date, we want to have between the featured image and our post title. We click on post date, go here to the toolbar above and just click on that. Okay. But we don't want it so strong here. We just click on it, go here to the settings, go to typography, go here to appearance, and we say appearance light. Perfect. And I think we click on save, save. We click on the block and nothing happened, of course, because first we need to set our block page, the block template, because now it's still the index template. If we click here on the template, set default, block, update, and if we go back now and refresh, perfect, our block is here. But we forget, I see, to get rid of this block spacing here. We go back, we go to the cover block, scroll down to padding, margin to 0, perfect. So our block template is also finished now. The next template we make is our single post template. This is our single post template here with the featured image, the title, the post content, and the comments. Inside the templates folder, we go here to add new. First, here's already single. We click on it. We open the list view. We click here on the paragraph, on the plus sign to add the blocks. First, we start with the cover block. The next is the post content and the comments. Back to the list view. And here in the cover block, we go to the cover block here first. When we start with the cover block now, we don't take an image from the media library or upload one. We use the featured image here. And here inside the paragraph, we click on the plus. Here we get the post title. The post title is also, we see it on the left side. We want to get it in the center, and we click here on the, okay, there's still a paragraph above the post title, but it looks quite small, so the post title we want to make the size XXX large, and let's say the appearance we want it medium or medium regular. Yes, regular looks good. And the color, set the text color. Then we go to the cover block here and we want to align it on the bottom. Perfect. So now when we click to the post content, we see here layout, inner block, use content width. It's not activated. We activate this, justify in the middle. Everything here instead is perfect. Then we click on comments, and in the comments section we have nothing to set the width. That's why we have to group the comments, group it. And as we group it, the group automatically has blocks use inner content width. Now this should be finished. Click on save, save. If we go to some post now, that is our post template. The next template that we're gonna build or edit is the page template. That is our page template, how it looks like, the content and the featured image. For the page template, we click to add new, click on page. Here we get the decision for all pages or just for one specific page. We click here for all pages. We go to the list view. We go to the paragraph, the plus sign to add the blocks. First we add here also a cover block, and after the post content. Here in the cover block also we use again the featured image, and then here we say insert after the post title and the paragraph here we have to delete. The post title the same. We go here to the cover. First we want to put it in the center and down. Then we click on the title again. Here in settings, the text color, the size, we make it again XXX large, and just say it regular, and that's it. Then we have the post content. We have here to activate inner blocks use content width. And actually, nearly finished. We go again to the cover block. We forgot here dimensions, margin, make the margin to 0. And our page template looks to be finished. About me, yes. We forgot to put out the opacity. The next template that we are gonna edit is the sidebar template, here in our case with a sticky sidebar. We go back to our templates folder and we click here on the sidebar folder, and you see here is nothing inside. So we go to the plus sign to blocks. First we insert a header. After the header, we insert the cover block. And after the cover block, we insert some columns. After the columns, we insert our comments. And last, we insert the footer. So, where's the footer? Here. We choose our footer. Then we go up to the header. We choose our header. And now we go to the cover block. There we do the same like we did before. We set the featured image. Then we go to the cover block, to our settings, get rid of the overlay opacity. Then we go down to the dimensions to get rid of the block spacing. We click on margin and set the margin to 0. Here inside the cover block, we want to get the post title. The post title, we want to have it in the middle. And we want the appearance, the size for XX large and regular, like the other ones. Then the text should be our heading text. Then we click here on the paragraph to get rid of this paragraph here on the cover, and we want to set the post title at the bottom in the middle. So our cover block is finished now. Now we go here to the columns, click on the columns, and we want a column with a sidebar on the left side. So we click on this here. We just see 2 columns now. I have to close it so that we see it here, 1/3 on the left side, 2/3 on the right side. And in the right side, we put inside the post content. The post content, and in the left side, we want to put some classic widgets. A category list. Where are the widgets? Here. A category list. And let's put some image inside. For the image, we go to the media library, take this, select. Okay, so now we don't want the image just like this. We want to edit the image a little bit. If we go down here, we can see here radius is on pixel. We want to make an ellipse, and for that is the percentage, like I told you in the theme.json file, very important that we have here some percentage. If we go to percentage, we can make a complete ellipse or a circle. If you have some square picture, okay, that's fine for us. And when we click here on the columns, we see here is nothing to set the width. The same is here with the content. So that's why we hold Shift and click here on columns also, that both are selected, and we have to nest it in a container block. That means we have to group it. And now as we group it, the group automatically has inner blocks use content width. So our width is now set. Just the content width und dann weiter. And then we open the group, we go to the columns, we go to our sidebar, to the first column. And now it's still not sticky. We said we want to make it sticky. If we want to just make the image sticky, we can just go to the image. We go here to settings. If we scroll down, advanced, we would have here the additional CSS. But if we want to make sticky the category list and the image, we also have to group that. We want to make both sticky. Group. So now we at the group. We go here to the settings, scroll down to advanced. Here is the additional CSS, and for that we need a new comment from the CSS file. We go here to style CSS, and you see here the sticky site. This is the comment for our sidebar. Sticky site is just again the name. You can name it differently if you want, but this here is the actual comment, position sticky, top 250 pixels away from top, and the set index just to make sure that our sidebar is always in front. So we use this sticky site comment without the dot. And save. But before we can see this template, we need to give some post or some page the sidebar template. We take here just on our first post, we go here to the right toolbar, template normally is default the single template, we go here, choose sidebar, update, only here one time. And if we look now at our blog site, we go to our first post, if we click it, voila, we get this sidebar template. So here that is this 250 pixels from top. Perfect, but if we look at the mobile version now, we see we have here our header, we have here our title and the featured image, and then we have the sidebar first before the content. And we don't want to have this. So on the mobile version, we would like to switch it. So that the sidebar would be underneath the content and not the content underneath the sidebar. For this also, we need to have a look here at our CSS file, the add media at the maximum width of 782 pixels. It will reverse to mobile. We will use this command here, reverse mobile, flex direction, column, reverse. And again, we have to put this name inside our additional CSS without the dot. If we go back to our site, in the backend, so here are the columns, and we want that these columns are switching. So click on columns, look here at the settings, additional CSS, reverse mobile, save and save. If we go back, refresh the site, and if we look now the sidebar is underneath and the content is above. And the comments are very below. So some people even, they don't want to have a sidebar at the mobile view, so you can also remove it It's actually quite similar. If we look here back in our CSS file at the media comment here, reverse mobile, the next one is the hide mobile, so that's not visible on mobile sites. We go back in the backend, and here actually this reverse mobile, we could just delete it, or it's also okay. And we want the sidebar column. Now we click on the first on our sidebar column and do the same. Under settings, we go to additional CSS. On hide mobile, because here I have the mobile version, it's already gone. Save, save. We look at the front end, refresh, and if we look now, it's gone. So now our sidebar template is also finished. In the mobile version, everything looks fine, everything is okay. Then we go back here, and our next template that we are gonna edit, here the templates, is the landing page, the blank template. That's probably the most easiest to edit ever. Here it's nothing inside, and the only thing what we put inside here is the post content. So that if you use it later in the front end, you design everything, there is no header, no footer, nothing, just the post content. Click on save, save, and we are done. Our next template is the archive template, like here for the tags. For that we go to our template folder, we go in the right corner above, click on it and say archive. Now we get already our header and footer. We go to the list view. Then we add here the archive title. And the term description. And also the query loop. List view. Okay, for what reason ever, we have to put it up because the footer is before. It didn't insert it here, but it's no problem. If that happened to you, just click on it, go to the toolbar above, or you even can just drop it here. It's also fine. Now the query loop goes down. Okay, now here. And the paragraph we have to remove. So now it's fine. Archive title, term description, query loop. For the query loop, we choose the same like we have before. We take this one and set it to the grid view. And very important with the archive or category template is here the settings, inherit query from template. On our blog page, we have to deactivate that. Here it needs to be activated so that the template, that the query loop recognizes, okay, it's the archive template and it uses just the results from this archive. Otherwise, you will just see all your posts and blogs. So that's fine. And actually, that's it. That's finished. But on all this, like on the title, on the term description, we don't have a site width. So we just group these all three together, holding Shift. Then click on the three dots and say group. And as we group it, we have automatically our inner content width. Save and save. If we go now to some tags, you see we have here our tag title and our results. Here we have our category and our description. So in the tag there is no description, that's why it's nothing here. If you have some description, also the description would be put out. But here you see category. We can also make a new template for the category types. We go here back to templates, go to add new, and we click on category. So, and even here you see here for a specific item or for all categories, each category you can give a different design. We click here on all categories, and as you see now, it's actually a copy of the archive template. If you click here, it has everything the same. It's just a copy of the archive template, and now you can edit it. If you want to have a different style here, you can just edit it the way you want it. Then we create our search template, go to add new, look here for the search template. We have already our header and footer. We click here on the paragraph and we add here the search title, result title, search result title. And after that, we also add the query loop. And let's say here we just want to try start blank. We don't choose one, we start here blank. And if we look here, what we get, title and date, title and excerpt, title, date and excerpt, image, date and title. We're gonna take image, date and title. We're gonna go to the grid view. And you see we just have 3 posts here. This we're gonna change now. We want actually more posts. In the toolbar above here, display settings, you say 1, 2, 3, 4, we want to have 9. So, and here you see inherit query from template is not activated. So this wouldn't actually work. It would just give out all posts you ever have written. And when we activate the settings, you see here, on the above toolbar, it's gone. Now we cannot decide how many posts. If we click it, if we deactivate it, you see it's here. If you activate it, it's not here. So you have to set it first. And then we see here the title. If we click on the title and look here, link settings, it's not even a link. So here is nothing a link actually. It would not lead us to the post. So for that, we have to click in here to the post featured image, and under settings we say link to post. We also want to make the post date clickable, link to post, and the post title, make it a link. So now everything is a link. That's fine for us. That's actually it, but we wouldn't have the right site width, so we just go again to the search result title, shift, group it, and that's it. Save, save. But we need something more. If we open the group, if we go to the query loop, no results. Here we have to write something if there is no search result, something like this. And beyond that, we put the search. So then we're gonna change the background and the text. Save, save. Okay, I don't like this. Deactivate it, save, save. And now we are done with this template. We take a look here. If we put in some search, if there is no search result, nothing matched, try another one. Or if something would match our search results, then you see everything what matched with the search result. And our last template is the 404 template. If there is no page, we go to the paragraph and we have just to write here something in. and we give it a search also. That's it. Save, save. You also can write something more. Maybe you want to write something like 404. Make it a heading. Put it above. Put the search out. Save, save. And if we look now on some site which doesn't exist, okay, we forgot something, we forgot to group it. Just take it all together, group it. Now we have the content width, save, save. If we refresh it now, everything is perfect and fine. Our theme is actually finished now, but if we go to take a look here in our theme folder in the installation, if we click on it and on templates, you see they are just our 4 custom templates. Or if we also can look here in VS Code, and even the custom templates, they are empty. So what you see here, this finished theme, just lives in the database of our WordPress installation. And to get the theme hard-coded, we need to export the theme here. Just click on any template, doesn't matter on which. We go here to Options, the 3 dots in the right corner, and then we go here to Export. And we download the theme. If we go now to our download folder, extract it, if we open this now with VS Code, yes, I trust the author. Now you see even we have one more folder, the folder with the templates part, footer and header, and there is everywhere code inside. Here we have all our templates and they are not empty anymore. So WordPress has actually coded our theme. But this is now on my computer and we will install that now in our WordPress installation. We have downloaded it. Now we go here to the templates folder again and we will delete all templates we made. And also we will get rid of our customization, clear customization. Do this with all. And even with the template parts, delete, delete. I don't know why we have to click that away. Some idea from WordPress. So now, if we refresh our site now, it's the same like at the beginning, empty template index. We go to Dashboard, Appearance, Themes. Now we will activate the 2023 theme and delete our theme here. We just delete it now. So now, as we have deleted, we immediately edit again, but not that one. We edit our finished theme. Upload theme, choose the file, just go to our downloads ordner, yoga theme, zip, open, install now, activate. We go to the editor. We have a look at our site here. Everything is perfect. Template parts, they are here, perfect. And the site looks again how it should be. There's only one last thing I mentioned before. If we go here to our theme in VS Code, you see here in the assets ordner, the pictures, we just have our offer yoga picture really from the theme. The start and the about picture is not from the theme. Our WordPress installation takes it still from the installation and not the picture from the theme. So we're gonna change this now. We go to our themes folder, front page, list view. Here on the cover block, if we say replace, we won't replace it now, just for open the media library, that we get the URL. If we paste in the URL, this is the current address, how our theme takes the picture from in WordPress now. This we're gonna change, not from the uploads, WP content / themes / yoga theme / and that works perfect. Paste again. So now we copy this address. Then we have to go to our site folder, to the yoga theme, to our theme, which we have actually installed now. We open it with VS Code. Close it. And now here we have to go to the search, paste it inside here. And now you see everything VS Code detects automatically where this picture lives in our theme. And we will replace it. For that we go back here. We go to this address we just edited, we just modified, and we just took this from /WP content themes yoga theme assets pick and start. Copy this, go to VS Code, replace, and here on the right side, just this button here, replace all. Here again, replace, done. And that we also have to do for our second picture. Our second picture is down this here, this cover block, replace. We do just the same, open media library, copy the URL here, but this time we just copy the address. We go to VS Code, just delete this first. Then we go back. Just change this. Then again we copy from /WP content. We go back here. Replace, replace. And if we go to our site and refresh, everything still looks fine, perfect. We close this here. And now we look again here on the front page. If we go to the front page, and if we go here on the three dots, we say code editor, and then this is the code, and you see here in the code WP content themes yoga themes start. So it changed already, everything is perfect. Now our theme is finished, completely finished. But don't forget, or here in our downloads folder, that's still not the finished theme, so we will go to delete that. And that we have a finished theme, we have to do it again here. Now we go to export, and if we export our theme now, it's finished. This is the finished theme now here. If this tutorial is helpful to you, give it a thumbs up or write something nice in the comments, and see you.